3 seasons. Remember, he does have Trevor Lawrence's only playoff win. Chase, I believe you were on the football field.
Don't bring that up, bro.
Sorry.
Bring it up enough in this
They were down maybe 28-0, made a miraculous comeback.
35-7, Acho. We scored 7 at halftime. Give us some points.
Shady, make your point. Did Doug Pederson deserve to be fired?
No. And I keep talking about the league is confused right now. All we want to do is just get a quarterback, right, because he plays the position, he's up for his contract, and if wherever he's drafted high at, we got to keep him. And now the results of that is look at Doug Pederson getting fired. Doug Pederson's a really, really good coach. He's a winning coach. He comes from Andy Reid tree, so you know what that's about, right? If you look at his whole path, now he's actually one of the coordinators that coach for the Chiefs that actually call plays.
Yeah.
Okay? He does that well, then he goes to Philadelphia. What's he do there? He wins a championship. He don't win it with Carson Wentz. He was with Nick Foles. You get what I'm saying? Then he goes to Jacksonville. They say, okay, we need somebody to save our quarterback because he's really not that good, but we took him number 1 pick overall, so we got to do something about it. You bring him in there, he helps Trevor Lawrence out, but how much can you help a guy that's not that good, right? And then you pay these quarterbacks, you give them all this money, and now when they don't do well because they're not that good of a player, and now you got to blame somebody. Who do you blame? Let's blame the head coach. But you're going to blame a winning head coach that's been winning his whole life. It don't make sense. That's why I'm saying the league is messed up because now we just go out there and pay these guys. The same issues happening in Miami Dolphins, right? I mean, Tua, forever he was regular as regular can be his first couple years. They get a really good coach to get some nice weapons in there, and now, okay, let's get our quarterback, right? We try to save the day. They have some good moments, whatever. They go to playoffs, they get smoked because the quarterback's not that good. He's hurt every other year. He's not playing well. So now the result of that is your head coach gets fired. I can go to so many different teams that's happening like this. And it's like we're going to blame somebody because you're not going to blame the quarterback. Let's go back to making these guys earn it. Listen, bro, if I'm going to pay you this type of money and be a franchise quarterback, you got to earn that. And then when you earn that, you won't have good coaches getting fired. Yeah. Because now you got to go on this whole coaching research to find a good coach when you already have one. And then you go out there, you might make a mistake because you're trying to find something to help out your quarterback. And it's sad because I know Doug Pederson personally. I remember when my Hall of Fame game, they played the Jaguars. And I told him before the game, and I won't say on TV what we talked about, but me and him, we both understood what's going on. I said, Doug, good luck with everything because they got you under so much pressure. You got to cover up for how bad and overrated your quarterback is. And no matter what coach you bring in there for Trevor Lawrence, it could be Urban Meyer from college that was really, really successful. It could be a Doug Pederson that's been really, really successful. It don't matter. Now, if you get Andy Reid, it might be different. But anybody else, they can't save Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Yeah. He's not a good player.
I think it was a mistake. I have unique perspective on this because in 2013, I got signed as a free agent to the Kansas City Chiefs, and it was Doug Pederson's first year as an offensive coordinator under Andy Reid. Spent 3 years with him in the meeting room every single day.
Come on now.
2016, first time he got hired as a head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. Who did Doug Pederson sign in free agency?
He called your boy.
Me. I have been with him his first year as a head coach and his first year as an offensive coordinator. I think it's a mistake. He's got a Super Bowl pedigree. Look, I understand the results on the field, specifically the last 22 games, has not been good. But let's not make a mistake. 2022 and 2023, he had winning seasons in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That is hard to do. 9-8, 9-8 playoff win against us. They came back, they did that. And I know last year they started really, really well, and then they collapsed, and it's followed on to this year. I'm surprised that Trent Baalke, the GM, is safe, to be completely honest with you. Because in my opinion, I would rather have Doug Pederson running the franchise.
Absolutely.
And this is just a cycle in the NFL. Like, what have you done for me lately? Very little owners want to just, like, wait and build the climb. And that's what happened with Doug Pederson. So I don't think he deserves to get fired. My answer is no.
My answer is no as well. I mean, all these organizations want overnight success. Everybody wants a coach to come in there and turn it around in 1 year like Harbaugh and see where it goes, and then the next year go to the Super Bowl. And then, he's had one losing season in 3 years. He dealt with a lot of injuries this year, including the quarterback that you think is not good, but he was his best option, and he didn't have it. I don't think he's like that either. But he was his best option. He better than Mac Jones. So you're out there with a dude with a bunch of injuries on your football team and not your quarterback. At least with your quarterback, you've shown that I'm gonna have a winning season. You know what I'm saying? With Trevor Lawrence. I believe Doug Pederson's a heck of a head coach. I've seen what he did in Philadelphia as a head coach. He's a champion. 2 winning seasons in Jacksonville after he took over for a guy that really tore the whole place up, signing Tebow and all type of people. he had the whole building, everybody fired. So Doug Pederson's a heck of a football coach, and it sucks because I don't agree with just one losing season, you lose your job. I don't. I know it's a cutthroat business, but I don't believe in that, man. Let these dudes go out there, continue to put their rosters together, and have an opportunity to compete,
Let me ask y'all
man.
this, though. Don't y'all think something has to be done for the fact that last year, and Andy, I'll need help with this off camera, Jacksonville started 8-5. Yeah. They were winning the division. I believe they lost maybe 3 out of the next 4 games, 4 out of the next 5 games. So if you do end up including this season, Jacksonville likely has been maybe 4-18 or 5-18. So if they lost 5 or 6 to end the season last year, that means, if I'm doing this math off the top of my head, they are 9-19 in their last 20-some-odd games. Yeah. Don't you have to do something?
But this is my only thing, because I cover the Raiders a lot. What do you expect these coaches to do with bad quarterback play? Give me one bad quarterback in the playoffs right now.
I guess the suggestion then is you would turn a bad quarterback into a good one, a la Sam Darnold. That would be the suggestion. That would be the hope. You would turn a bad quarterback into a good one. You would maximize the skill set of a quote-unquote bad quarterback. Russell Wilson, Sean Payton said, you're not good enough to win here. Mike Tomlin found a way, though they've lost 4 games in a row to win it. Sam Darnold, everybody said you're not good enough to win here. Kevin O'Connell said, hey, you're good enough to win here. The suggestion would be you would take that bad quarterback and you would make him a better quarterback.
And he took that bad quarterback and won a playoff game. And he took that bad quarterback and had another winning season. That's all I'm saying. This is his first losing season.
He's a bad quarterback.
I don't know, man.
I mean, like, seriously, though, like, and I hate to keep going back into it, but there needs to be some type of, like, criteria where, like, sometimes in basketball, certain players can get a lot of money if the team likes them or whatever and they want them, but they can get even more money if they make some MVP or they make first team all NBA. They ain't saying that in the NFL. Like, how these guys making all this elite, crazy money? You're not even a Pro Bowl or All-Pro player. Yeah. How do you deserve that?
That's incredibly well
And then
said.
when you don't get that, dudes like Doug Priest is a really good coach.
And really quick, who's the coach of the year this year?
Kevin O'Connell.
Right? And ain't that crazy that Andy Reid's sitting over here at 15-1 and my man Dan Campbell sitting here at 15-2.
Beat him twice.
And he is, because he took a quarterback that we don't think is good and turned him into a good quarterback. You understand what I'm saying? So it's tough to win without good quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Let's move. Another example. It's a really, really good quarterback. I watched Josh Allen. I played with him in Buffalo. Josh was so talented. Josh played better when he was with Brian Daboll. It was a trust factor. He designed the plays for Josh. You go to New York. Daniel Jones is awful. We all know that. His best year was just okay. But he took him to the playoffs, and they won because Brian Daboll and Saquon Barkley. If you give him some players and give him some time, he can do some different things. But you can't win without a quarterback.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you pay a quarterback that's not that good because of a good coach that played with him. That's the issue with this whole league.
Chase, right decision, wrong decision?
It's the right decision to keep him.
He's a good coach, man.
I think he's a great coach, actually. Do we forget what he did with Josh Allen? My thing is, and this is going to come back to every one of these head coach openings, do whatever you can to find your franchise quarterback, whether it's Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, whether it's free agency, whether it's a blockbuster trade. You will get fired next year if you don't win and make the playoffs. You will not win and make the playoffs unless you find your franchise quarterback. That should be the first and foremost thing they will do. Just don't know if there's a lot of
James Jones, right decision, wrong decision, sir?
Absolutely right decision. Brian Daboll is a heck of a football coach. He was coach of the year 2 years ago with Daniel Jones. Went on the road and won a playoff game with Daniel Jones. Got Daniel Jones paid and got Daniel Jones some money. Brian Daboll's a after 1 year. Like, did you just want me to save the day after 1 year? I absolutely hate it. Let me get my people in here. Let me go through a free agency. Let me go through a draft. Let me go through all this, and let me get my people in here and do this my way. I hate when they fire coaches after 1 year. And it's another one. What you want him to do with his quarterback situation? Let him have a fighting chance.
What should happen?
You got to move on. Like, there's 1 year left on his contract. Like, I love the dude. Think former players, I'm all for it. They got to find a quarterback. They got to move on. I don't see them keeping him.
I don't see no coach winning with this type of roster.
Yeah.
Keep him. Let him build his roster that people like him and players like him.
I like it.
Give AP one more shot. At least it's crazy. That boy look good. I see him in preseason look good. Woo, he gonna be good. Why you fire him though? I'm sorry. Why you even hire him though?
That's the better.
Why hire this young black brother if he was gonna get 1 year?
Yeah.
Huh? It don't make sense. Who can do that? If you're an owner, can you be a successful franchise in 1 year? Can you?
No.
No. I should have gave him another shot. It's just like, I'm so upset because it's like, why even hire the guy?
Yeah.
I think it's the most ridiculous firing.
Terrible.
To be completely honest with you. Like he went, what's the record? 4-13. You find your franchise quarterback.
Found him.
So that tells me one thing or two things, actually. One thing, it says you don't like the way Jerod Mayo is progressing with Drake May. So Drake May is the number one focus, which I think is ridiculous. They hired Van Pelt, got fired. I got that. And this would not have happened unless you have a replacement in mind already, a la Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason, is what I'm hearing, is why they fired Jerod Mayo. You would not do this if it wasn't somebody you had already hired in your mind.
Yeah, well said, James Jones.
A la Mike Vrabel. That ain't
I'm just saying. I know. I got you.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. How many games did we think the Patriots was going to win this year?
I thought 4 or 5.
You understand what I'm saying? So we acting like this dude underachieved. So he don't have the players. He don't have the roster. You just lose a Hall of Fame coach. You lose a lot of players, and you bring him in to develop this program. And you give him 1 year? This is ridiculous, man. I'm with Shady. You shouldn't have never even hired him in the first place if you just knew, like, okay, we're going to have him out here for 1 year, knowing he's not set up for no success. He ain't set up for no success to go do nothing. Ain't nobody thought they was going to compete for the division. Whenever we even talk division, we talk Jets and we talk Dolphins and we talk the Bills. We didn't even say the Patriots' name because we knew this season was going to be a struggle. This is ridiculous.
Unless I am wrong, Mike Vrabel, who is the man in question who they might replace him with, he was a first-team All-Pro with the Patriots, won 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots. And Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Mike Vrabel, as coach of the Titans, beat Tom Brady in his last game in a Patriots uniform?
Yeah.
So what up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.